Episode 9 of the story of Park's marriage contract starts with us back in the Joseon period, with everyone gathering at the well. A deceased woman is covered on the ground, whose face is apparently badly disfigured. It's allegedly Yeon-woo, and their parents are beside themselves with grief. Tellingly, we don't actually see her face. Midam is so grief-stricken that she passes away, and that's whose grave we saw out in the woods. As for her husband, he's choked out by this unknown masked man whom we presume is Myung-soo. Back in the present, Midam is shocked to see the words in the journal write themselves into the paper. And the chairman? Well, he notices the hands start to move on the watch. This is backdropped by Yeon-woo, who's brought into the hospital for treatment after passing out. When Yeon-woo awakens, Midam shows the journal off to her. The word scripted and confirmed that the Kang family have received government positions thanks to the memorial headstone. It would appear that Yeon-woo's husband was poisoned by his stepmother, and unfortunately that same fate is befalling them again in the present, with Hae-suk closing in on Tae-ha. Tae-ha, despite receiving a warning from the guardian angel, is convinced that this is the best way forward and is dead set on making sure he protects her no matter what, even if it means sacrificing himself to do so. And part of that sacrifice comes from stepping down to protect SH's integrity and reputation. Unfortunately, Hae-suk and Myung-soo continue to scheme in the wake of all this, with the latter suggesting that they just get rid of Tae-ha's heart medication to make him a dead man walking. This is all in the background right now, as Tae-ha tells Yeon-woo when she's out of the hospital that he will do what he can to keep her safe and keep her by his side. Yeon-woo, though, is determined to try and put everything back to the way it should be and make sure that she confronts this head-on. As they talk, Tae-ha admits that the guardian angel spoke to him, but he doesn't disclose everything. They discuss serving as a bodyguard of sorts to make sure nothing bad comes from them both. At the same time as this happening, Hong Song-pyo and Saul continue to get along like a house on fire. This causes friction with Hong's sister, Nare, when she walks in on them together. Thankfully, Saul has a way with words, and she convinces her to let them become friends and get along well. Part of that though stems from allowing her to cook kimchi fried rice. In the wake of all this, there's more scheming over at SH Seoul. Specifically, the chairman who intends to make a big shakeup at the company. He's coming for resignations, and he puts his top guys in charge to make sure that happens. This is backdropped by Yeon-woo and Tae-ha, who wind up inside the office and begin flirting. Just as things get a bit hot and heavy, Hong's phone goes off and he reveals himself. It turns out he has something big to talk about. It would appear that CEO Min has hired someone to follow them and tail the pair. They need to catch this guy before it's too late, and it explains who the hooded fellow was out in the woods and in the parking lot too. They all need to work to identify him and then track down exactly what's been agreed to. While Hong and Saul get to work tracking down the hooded man, Yeon-woo slips into her old role as a tailor. And one of her first clients happens to be the same woman whom she helped out in Joseon times, the princess. She's not a princess here, but she is just as eccentric with the same